Okay. So then there was also the primary reason we went this way, which was this spot here, where we expect to find, likely, some kind of treasure in the water. And with our new crossbow skills, and I don't mean actually like upgrading the skills on a character, but more so just like practicing it. I think we can make it work. Okay, here's a blacksmith.
Trusty arms for all sorts, steel swords and strong maces for the menfolk, engraved knuckle dusters for the ladies.
This guy, we might want to sell some of our old weapons, or actually not so much old as much as just decent, but not quite decent enough weapons. That probably should have gone a while ago, it would seem. Headhunter, we got a very long time ago, so that probably goes too. Does pain me a bit to sell the relic items, because some of them seem like they're really cool. But it seems like it's not as if the relic items are so rare that you're never going to find them. I think we do still sell them. Even some of the ones that we used in the past. I mean, 30 damage lost is a lot. This item, granted, has 17 durability, so presumably it would be significantly better if it were fully repaired, but still think it's probably best to offload it. Same here. Oh, except we've already blown through this guy's coins because, well, those weapons, they were not cheap. They were not cheap. Oh, they're actually, hold on. These, perhaps, notes that might allow us to do more treasure hunts? Sure. Yeah, let's pick him up. And that means that suddenly this guy has more coins. We could potentially go back to selling some of our weapons again, and let's do that. Okay, this one is super inexpensive / cheap. Probably should have just dumped that all together. Now he only has 124 at the moment, so we can't sell this. What could we sell, if anything? Do we have anything that conveniently fits under that threshold? This does. That does not. That does not. That probably would. Do that. Then this pains me a bit to sell the Viper Silver Sword. It does theoretically have a runestone that we threw into it. It's a pretty low level runestone, one that just gives chance to stun as well, so I don't think it's a very good one at that, even if it were a higher level version. So I think, although it is possible to pay coins to remove the runestone from it, on this instance, I think it's not probably something that's worth the coins to do. So we'll just sell. Now he is back to being broke. And we have lightened our load considerably, because that was some of our heavy stuff. Let's take a close look at the crafting options here, though, because like I was saying earlier, we were looking at the armor a little ways back, and there were some okay options, but for the most part, they were actually downgrades. But I'm hopeful that on the weapon side of things, we could actually get some improvements. And Disc Glare, we could equip. We get one more level, though, then we get a bigger upgrade. Going to give Nell. So it might be worth, since we're so close to level 13, waiting for that. Close-ish to this, but not quite there. Viper Sword we just sold to him. On the steel side of things, I think our steel sword might be better than our silver sword right now. But that's not going to be the answer. That's not going to be the answer. Neither is that. I think we had worse steel sword upgrades. Yeah, that's definitely the case. Not any great options there, but definitely have some decent choices for silver. So I think I will wait just a tad longer. And instead of purchasing / crafting an item that we're going to have for 1/8 of a level, instead, just wait a tiny bit longer and get an item that will last us longer. And then maybe slightly longer term, this will be our level 16 and up weapon, although at that point in time, we might find that there are other better things to use instead. Could dismantle some things, though, and you know, that might not be a bad idea. So we certainly have accumulated our fair share of things of that nature, too. Stuff like those pelts, like we were saying. Getting some fur scraps from that. And then goat hide gets us leather scraps. Slightly different. Pig hide, I'm assuming, is probably also leather. Cured leather, actually. And oil. Okay. Fishing rod. String and timber, did it say? Yep, okay. Lots of timber. And worn leather pelts. Didn't check their leather scraps. Okay. Pearls. I don't remember what use the pearls actually have. If any. Are they more valuable than the shells in which you find them? Wow, they actually might be. It does say use to craft gear and items, so might be a reason for them. Oh wait, there's pearls? And there's black pearls? I mean, you gotta go for Pirates of the Caribbean, right? This is also technically a crafting component. Okay. Now let's just basically break down all of our junk. Ooh, we can get steel out of that? Nice. Okay. The goat hide, also cured leather. That is actually worth a little bit. That might be worth selling rather than turning into components. Let's turn it into components. We can potentially resell things to this guy afterwards because, well, now we're paying him again. From here, this might be it in terms of things we want to break down. I think most of the other stuff is good as is. Yeah, I think so. Unless we're breaking down old armors and weapons and whatnot, but I'm assuming that's probably not the most cost-efficient way to get those materials. We'd probably rather sell them for coins rather than turn them into components. That's what the junk is for. So, something happened there. I'm not sure what.
So long.
Well, we got some quests, I think, for picking up those, what I believe were treasure maps. So let's see. Treasure hunts? Anything new? No? Witcher contracts? No. Secondary quests? No, those have been there already. I'm actually not sure in that case. Or do we need to read them first, technically? We might need to. In which case, no, that's not how you do this. That means I always forget what the technically correct way of accessing your books is. Here it is. Not Mage Alexander. I know most of these have stars next to them, but I assure you we have read most of them. Quest books. Oh, that's these. Okay. Done that. Fishing in Orton. I think we've seen this. Seen that for sure. This was the one we couldn't read, although theoretically it's tied to a quest, which is a little odd. Where are the ones that we just purchased? This is a very long list, actually. So you'll excuse me here, but I'm just gonna breeze through it, see if there's anything we're missing. I think, though, that the starred ones rise to the top, which would suggest that we have gone through all the ones that we picked up. We had not yet seen, and thought that we had read all the ones that we were seeing there.
Like winter.
Is anyone gonna get mad at us if we take this right now? I don't think so. It would be. more junk that we could potentially have this guy unravel, but I'll spare you for now. That'll be for future reference. Yeah, so I don't fully know what the deal was with the stuff that we just purchased that I thought would have given us the stuff for a specific treasure hunt. Maybe we've already found that treasure, in which case we didn't need to buy it at all. Suppose there is that chance. Okay, so we could opt to take the boat over to the Spoils of War. I think that's probably overkill. I think instead, wow, sniped that Browner. Here's another one. Hello. Nice to meet you too. This was. Would have been. So, now, let's see what we can actually get down here. And that would be from this. That is locked. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Carol, turn around. I'm assuming that this person probably has the key. Okay, never mind. Apparently we need to go back up now because you're being really pokey. Ah, we might have been able to last long enough. Still get it. This. There we go. Aged key and flowers. Oh, that's sweet. Then we go here and loot this. Moonblade. Sounds really cool. As for whether it's any good, let's find out. Not the Maribor sword. This is Moonblade. Oh! It is actually a silver sword upgrade. Better Yrden sign intensity as well. Critical hit damage bonus, critical hit chance, ever so slightly. Chance to freeze is the same. Lose some Axii and Ard sign intensity, but I think at this level, it's so insignificant. And you see that we have the vampire oil on our current sword, but I don't think that's going to be terribly significant. Oh, the other thing is the silver sword we were using had 0 durability, whereas the one we just swapped onto has 79. So there is a non-zero chance that if we were to repair our previous sword that it might become similar or possibly even more powerful than the one that we just swapped to. So at the very least, this is a way to avoid having to repair it. At least for a little while. It's an interesting question, though. Because to me, it's always... I don't know, is there a way you can actually see how much you would improve a weapon or piece of armor by repairing it? Or is it purely a guess? I mean, you might be able to do those things at the actual person who repairs them. But I'm pretty sure that you cannot do that when you are remote. We've been here? I don't know. I think we have. Yeah, I just saw the herbs and was intrigued. That was close. Okay. Pretty sure we're taking all this stuff. Yeah, this place looks familiar. So, in that case, what is next? So I was hoping that we might have picked up an additional treasure hunt there, but I don't think we did. Which means that we could potentially try this one. It's level 15, we're level 12, so it would be tough. But it might be possible. What's the Elven Runes one? Yeah, the one that we went by previously on our way down southwest. I think we can probably wait a little bit longer for this one. 15 might be kind of tough for us, and we're close to reaching 13. So at that stage, maybe we can pick up some better gear. Maybe with one more level, we'll get a nice skill. I don't know. But it seems like there's enough of a difference there that we have time. We don't have to do it right now. It shouldn't be urgent. But that does mean that, well, what do we do next? And I think the answer to that would be we would go for the main quest, probably, because we were starting to make some progress there. And we were looking to go, what was it, back to Midcops? Or was it the other town that I always get mixed up with Midcops? I think it was the other town. We seen here before? I don't think we have. It is unfortunate that every time we happen to see a body in not so great shape lying around, that they always have flowers. So, you know, it's sad. Unfortunate. So yeah, I think we find our next fast travel location. And we do that. I know we've seen the Baron show up here for a while now. Huh? With a horse. For a very long time, that was at an angle where I could not tell what that was supposed to be. Also, I heard some kind of monster with our Witcher senses. I'm saying I couldn't tell what it was. Apparently a Drowner, though. Level 9 Drowner is better than many of the Drowners we've seen in the past. However, it's still probably not interesting enough. Unless you happen to be guarding something there, but I'm assuming we've probably been to this spot before. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't think that's going to be the guarded treasure there. I vaguely remember that that was way too high level for us. That was one of those ones where you looked at it and you were like, excuse me, why is this quest
Winds howling.
like 20 levels higher than everything else in this spot? So there are the Drowners. Not seeing any indicator that we are figuring a new quest or place of note. I'm stuck on a little sapling there, which to me would suggest that there's not really any reason to fight these guys here. I think they are level 9, so that is something compared to previous ones. Oh, this is actually I do remember this guy. Yeah, we saw this guy a while ago. Like a while ago. And it was just barely too high a level for us. Oh, at that point in time, I think it was, 14 didn't look ridiculous. But we weren't dealing much damage at all to him. He dealt a lot of damage to us. But now, this is definitely doable. Wow, surprisingly tanky. I'm assuming that Art is the way to go against this guy, as is the case with most flying enemies. I mean, he was not flying that time when I tried to attack him there. Hello? Yeah, you are quite defensive. Even now. Which is a little alarming. Makes me kind of nervous as to how much damage you would do when you hit us, and you did seem to hit us there. Wasn't humongous. You are blocking all that damage that I'm attempting to deal. Yeah, I saw that coming, buddy. Do I deliberately wait for the Ard until you start flying again, or doing something more leap-like in nature? I hit you from behind, sort of. In fact, I might have dealt a crit there for that reason. Oh, you can attack with your tail, though. That was clever. Oh, I got you when I wanted to get you. But you did the same to me. Let's make sure we're healing. We probably should have eaten that food earlier. Don't you dare try to growl at me like that. Oh, that I did not see coming. I'll give you that one. That time we got it. Time to spare. Ooh, ow. Okay. Can you stop stepping on me? It's not cool. Oh, wanted to sneak in an Ard there. Wasn't fast enough, though. Press the button. But I think, because we were in mid-roll, didn't quite work. Oh, thought you were going to try to swing the tail that time. Still might not have been necessary. You're gonna try to fly here. You might. No? Maybe not. Yeah, I'm surprised. I was expecting this to be an easier fight, for sure. Oh, wow, it's about to Ard you. Then I always Ard as soon as you actually start flying. Have it back now, though. Ooh, it's very quick, those attacks. You have to anticipate that a lot. And not also take damage. Woo! Came charging at us quite quickly there. Ooh. So a little bit lucky. Was anticipating that he would swing the tail at us that time, but did manage to dodge it. There is our first fight against Forktails, and they do have their own mutagen. They're obviously some iteration of dragons. Draconoids. I don't know if they are technically supposed to be stronger versions, and maybe that's why it was so tough. So I think we fought some kinds of like wyverns in and around that level. They're not that difficult. And death has been good. We've had other iterations of this sword. It mostly just comes down to what level it is. And those boots might not be bad either. Let's check it out. This is the one we just picked up? I think so. And it looks like pretty sweet upgrade, in fact. Yeah, 26 extra damage is not bad at all. It has slightly more durability remaining than the Moonblade that we just picked up, but not that much. So I don't think that's misleading that much in terms of the values we're seeing here. And it is, I believe, the type of weapon we were using previously. On several occasions, perhaps. This one we threw in the runestones. This one, I believe, yeah, is the one that we were using earlier when we were putting on the vampire oil. Then we swapped to the Moonblade, but now I think we're going back to death. Nice. Okay. Sweet. So I'm glad we did stop by that location, because I had forgotten that that was actually something that was now within our range. I thought I saw some people over here. I think they were just going to be random bandits, though, and not of particular note. And these are just going to be drowners. Again, not of particular note unless, well, they do the crest on their back, which tends to be an indication that they are a little bit stronger in nature. They might be higher-ish level, but still probably not worthwhile. What is this little island here? We explored that? I don't think we have. That's intriguing. I think I see more drowners there. But I'm curious. Again, potentially could be high-level drowners, but we'll check. Let's also save, because it's been a while. And there's some stuff here. There are boats. Theoretically, we could have sailed here, but I mean, was that really necessary? It's... File's not a huge fan of that. Yeah, it's basically a 30-second swim, so I don't think the boat's terribly relevant. Okay, this might even be an area that we could have people re-inhabit if we take these guys out. I feel like that might be the case. Okay. Well, so much for having to point on. There's the new weapon. I'd say the damage increase is noticeable. Definitely noticeable. Thought there were more drowners here. Surely this area is not that simple. There must be something more. Roller vibrated, but that does seem to be a bit of a... something that has given us some false alarms in times past, so I wouldn't read too much into it. Is this lootable? It is. Some hides. It's not super valuable. Seems like this might have been a place where we ought to have checked it out earlier. Would have been very doable. Ooh, man ray root. Not bad. fairly rare herb. But at this stage, it seems that it's pretty straightforward for us. And compared to other things we've picked up, not going to be super significant. Honestly, though, yeah, the herbs might actually be the best part on this island. We get in any of these buildings, though. It's locked. Now, on occasion, it seems like that's meant that there's basically never going to be a way in to those buildings. Not sure if on this occasion there's any chance of us actually finding some sort of key. It's like in one of these barrels right here, but I'm skeptical of that. That's usually not the case. So I think in this case, we're just going to take our mandrakes and be on our way. Feel like we could maybe still be missing something here. Oh, this? Nah, not like it's terribly significant. But still. Oh, here's something. Be warned. Some backstabbing cowards have deserted Crow's Perch and now prowl these lands in small bands of few yellow-bellied cutthroats each. Travelers passing through. Keep on your guard. We've definitely seen our fair share of bandits here and there, but it doesn't seem like that's specific to any one group that we ought to target or anything of that sort. More herbs here and here. Yeah, not seeing much else here. We could potentially see if that made a difference in terms of us now being able to craft anything. We've picked up some recipes as well in the not so distant past, so it might be worth just generally checking for that reason as well. Forktail decoction, actually, we can now do. So we did just take out a forktail. Finding various attacks. Strong strikes, fast strikes, signs. Grants a bonus that increases attack power for the next attack mounted or sign intensity for the next sign cast. Okay. Offensive combo. We actually have almost no Brionia. It was so common in Witcher 2, I think. But not this time. And maybe Witcher 1 as well. But yeah, definitely not the case here. I assume it's probably something we can still buy from herbalists and whatnot, though. The forktail mutagen is likely to be the most difficult thing to come by, because obviously we've only come across one forktail. It's the one that we just fought, so it's probably not going to come back anytime soon, if ever. Probably not ever. So, is that something we're willing to invest in now? I mean, presumably forktail decoction would be the primary thing you would make with forktail mutagens. Although you could say the same thing about werewolf decoctions, and we've not opted to do that yet. So this one seems like that's even more so just like a luxury and not super meaningful, whereas the forktail, that might actually have a useful purpose in combat. Seems like that would be more of a difference maker, potentially. So I think let's give this a shot. Oh, and Wyvern decoction as well. Likewise, only have one Wyvern mutagen, but I think, check what it does. Each blow landed increases attack power till either the fight ends or damage. Longer than from toxicity is taken. Or other than toxicity is taken. Yeah, that sounds good. Basically, go through a fight in which you don't take damage for a long period of time and it becomes very good. Enhanced Cursed Oil. Seems like that could be really strong. Those oils seem like they're, from what I can tell, more reliable than the decoctions. They're generally just like a, hey, deal a bunch of damage. Where, across the board, well, deal a bunch of damage against this type of enemy. Don't have to worry about, you know, are you doing a specific type of attack or signs or what have you. However, on this occasion, Cursed Oil, that's of course going to just turn into enhanced Cursed Oil, so no need to worry about sacrificing our only one of those. the Ekimara hide. That's the vampire that we fought a little ways back. And, of course, we've only encountered one of those. So that might be a reason to hold off. Because, given how it's not like we have crafted an Ekimara decoction yet, at least I don't think we have. Nope. There's one right here, in fact. What? Ekimara mutagen. Oh, mutagen, whereas this is Ekimara hide. Okay, I was gonna say that we would have reason to believe that there was another potion that would require the same ingredient. However, no. One is a mutagen, one is the hide. So in that case, maybe that's okay. Let's go with that enhanced cursed oil. Yeah, let's do it. And cursed ones are, what, like werewolves, mostly? Things like werewolves? Ooh, an enhanced black blood. We did see that we picked this up previously, the recipe for it. We can craft it, and look at that. All the stuff it takes, stuff we have plenty of. The thing that's 1 out of 1 is just the base black blood, so no need to worry about sacrificing that. We're just improving it in the process. Let's definitely do that. That seems like an obvious choice. And then I think that's just about it. We have, again, the ones that we've deliberately been passing on for a while now. So that's great. Let's double back here. And might this boat actually be able to take us somewhere else of note? And we've not been to this island either, actually. Huh. I don't think we've been down southeast of Orton either. Obviously been to Fyke Isle on several occasions. Oh, we haven't tried this place either. Not even sure I even noticed this existed. So yeah, I'm actually a little intrigued. We've been sort of in and around this area. We've been to Claywitch. We've been to... This area is a no-fly zone. This is like level 100 enemies or something near that, it seems. Yeah. Let's try that. Let's boat it up. And the helm is over here, I believe. I thought. Maybe it's over here. Usually it would be at the back, right? No, it is here. Okay. So, let's head out. And, yes, previously, I completely failed to recognize that there were controls in the bottom right corner here that allow us to accelerate and stop and reverse in a boat, which is a little odd, but apparently is a thing. And let me actually look at where we're trying to go. Probably should have put a marker basically here, almost anywhere. Might have wanted to deliberately land here where there's the path, but also apparently we can basically fast travel in boats to any of those harbor locations, so we could theoretically go to this spot here if we wanted to, but that's not really the objective right now. There happened to be harbor along the lines here, then that'd be fantastic. Don't know if harbors are like the it's over, I assume it's this island, basically. So I don't know if harbors are like the signposts, in that you have to find them before you can fast travel to them, or if you can fast travel to any harbor you want, regardless of whether or not you've been to that area. Just verify that this is the landmass that we were looking for. I think it is. It is, okay. Yeah, so actually, that's the place with the question mark on it. There could very well be other stuff here. These are Witcher senses for a second to see to what extent that might be the case, and well, not catching anything yet. Now some wild animals. Same herbs as we would usually find. Nothing special there. Lots of chopped trees. Would seem... Oh, some kind of fortification. Yeah. Some kind of human activity. Huh? Person's in distress. Uh-oh. Where? How do I get in there? Renegades. Okay. How? Don't do that. Excuse me, sirs. Do I, like, get rid of every single one of you right now, please? Oh. None of that. Where's the actual person in distress right now? I'm actually not sure. Is that gonna be enough? I don't think that's gonna be enough. That will. Are you better now? Person in distress somewhere. Oh, you're in here. Okay. I think that's everyone. Presumably, yes, someone will have a key. So give me just a second here as I loot everything. Then maybe we'll consider getting you out of there, but, you know, priorities, right? Yep, let's take those. Lots of wire, which is a little odd. Alright, we'll loot the other stuff after we take you out of here.
I've no gold. I've not, in fact, but you ever come to Claywich, I'll have a bloody farmer reward for you. You watch, wait and see.
Now we have been to Claywich. Also, you've not actually... There you go. Now you're out. Cool. So, let's check out other loot here. Now that's not fairly significant. Depends what level that is. That might be decent. Silver? Always good. Dwarven Spirit. Anything else particularly notable, or just the generic stuffs? The typical waters and very basic crafting materials. White Wolf, I believe that hide can actually be worth a fair bit. Dark iron ore is also a little bit better than normal iron ore, I think. Can we loot the thing we're standing directly on top of? Ooh, you're hiding. Battle Axe. Don't think that's a name we've heard before. That might be new. And I would think, from the sound of it, perhaps a little better. Just a bottle. Passing up. Okay, I think there's still some stuff in here. Definitely is. Cool. Need the vial, but so be it. No, or that, for that matter. Can you reach that stuff in here? You are hiding. That alchemist powder. Oh, and this stuff here as well. There's a lot of stuff. You have to give them that. Not all of it has been terribly significant, but in volume, you get a good grade there. Still something there. Hold on. Could you please allow me to loot this? Perhaps? Oh, I saw it for a second. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're there. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you. And make you get looted. Oh, that was mean. There it is. Can we still get this one too? Hold on. Can we make this any easier on ourselves if we do that? I don't think so. I know you're there. Oh, there we go. Dark iron ore, I think. I think that's what we saw ever so briefly. Still stuff in the middle too. Shouldn't have picked that up, but okay. Maybe these are all empty bottles. Really, Geralt? Yeah, not the one I wanted to take. Okay. I think that is just about everything, except maybe this. Gotta stay hydrated. The rest is just the remaining loot from actually the people we took out, who should be mostly just holding on to bad weapons at this stage. I think we're good. Yeah, I did just walk on top of that fire.